The whole point of Star Wars was the rise, fall, and redemption of Anakin Skywalker. And now it seems to just be Rey, the saga of Rey, the rise and rising higher of Rey, because she's not fallen at all and has no problems and no issues. Hey guys, Final Death Star. So today, what I'm going to talk about is this alleged leak that's coming out. I don't have an article, so I'm just going to kind of rant on it for a little bit here. And it is astonishing and heartbreaking. It's astonishing because I cannot believe how far gone the powers that be at Lucasfilm must be to think that this is going to go over well. And it's heartbreaking to know what this means for the entire saga, the Skywalker saga. So let me break this down for you. There's an alleged leak that's coming out now that goes something like this. George Lucas was brought in to help finish the story of Episode 9. And he came up with this idea of having Kylo Ren in a fight, a lightsaber duel with Palpatine. And he was going to be the one to destroy Palpatine. And he was going to be able to do this because Anakin Skywalker was going to come from the nether regions, the nether realm of the Force, what have you, and somehow empower him, somehow inspire him to take out the Emperor. I think it goes something like he was going to tell him stories. I don't know, storytelling time with Grandpa Anakin, Grandpa Annie's story time for little Kylo. How that would have played out, I don't know. But I will say, at least it would have kept it in the family line, right? Lucas had always said Star Wars is a family drama set in space. So it would have at least kept with that tradition of passing it on to the next generation, because Kylo is a Skywalker. So, that would have fit the story, the overall Skywalker fight. It's called The Rise of Skywalker, for goodness sakes. That's one of the leaks. The other, there was another scene that's allegedly, it was partially shot. And this has to do with Luke Skywalker. Remember Luke? Luke Skywalker, hero of the OT. Yeah, I haven't seen him since Return of the Jedi. It would have been nice to see a true version of him again. And I guess Lucas was going to give us this. He was going to have Anakin from, again, the nether realm of the Force sort of resurrect Luke. He was going to give him the ability to physically manifest in the real realm, the real world, and fight Palpatine. Take on Palpatine for one last showdown. And this was apparently partially shot. The stipulation here is Luke would have had to have returned to the nether realm of the Force after he had defeated Palpatine. But it would have, again, kept with the family line, passing down the family tree. And they got this idea from George Lucas's original script for Return of the Jedi. In the final battle of Return of the Jedi, Luke was originally going to be fighting Palpatine. And he was going to have help from Force Ghost Yoda and Force Ghost Obi-Wan. And in the end, Obi-Wan was going to be able to come back and manifest during the Endor celebration scene physically, not just as a Force Ghost, but physically. So they were going to take that idea and kind of tweak it a little bit and use it for The Rise of Skywalker. Now, I don't know how this would have played out. I don't know how it would have looked. It depends on a lot of factors. Would it have fit in the overall narrative of Episode 9? Would have felt shoehorned in? I kind of feel like, it would have kind of felt a little forced, to lack of a better term, because they killed Luke off in Last Jedi. So I don't know if this really would have played well anyway, but at least it would have kept with the family tradition, and we would have gotten some version of Jedi Master Luke, what we wanted, what we should have gotten in. Well, I think that, the whole sequel trilogy, we should have had him. To have him missing the entire first film, I think was a mistake. I would have brought him back at least halfway through, but, whatever. At least they could have saved him in the second movie, but that was not to be either. So that's why it's heartbreaking. But Kathleen Kennedy, no, we will not allow this. The Force is female after all. She said, we're scrapping all this. We're going to push everything over onto Rey. So now Rey is going to be the chosen one. And Kylo Ren is going to somehow inspire her. I guess he sacrifices himself or something, and then he inspires her from the nether realm of the Force to defeat Palpatine and become the Chosen One. So that's right. It's no longer the Skywalker saga. It's no longer the Rise of Skywalker. It has nothing to do with any of the Skywalkers. It's going to be Rey. And Kylo Ren's going to inspire her. So Anakin's out. They cut Anakin out. They cut Luke's scene out, allegedly. And it's all hinges on Rey now. So what does this mean, really? Well, first of all, I don't understand how they are so far gone that they think that this is going to go over well. I mean, did they learn nothing from the backlash of The Last Jedi? Do they really think this is going to play well to audiences? It's beyond me how they think this is a good idea, how they think this is going to play well. And it just further shows how disconnected that Lucasfilm is with the fandom, or at least a large majority of the fandom. What it also shows is that there is now no point to the Skywalkers in any of these movies. If it's true that Rey ends up becoming a Palpatine, if she's the granddaughter of Palpatine, then there is no purpose to Anakin or Luke. They're not the chosen ones, neither of them. And they didn't even need to really exist in the first place, because what did they add to the story? Anakin does not destroy Palpatine in Return of the Jedi. And Luke, I mean, he's pointless because he never trained Rey, so it's not like you could say he's the great mentor. Rey needed him to be able to become the chosen one. No, she was superpowered from the get-go, so you didn't even need Luke. He taught her, 2 lessons? Sort of, and that's it? It's pointless. You don't need any of them. The whole Skywalkers, you could write them out of the Skywalker saga, and it would not have changed a thing. If this is all true, again, who knows? I hope to God it is not true, but it's looking like it might be. And if it is, it just destroys any purpose of any of the Skywalkers in any of these movies. You don't need them. Palpatine would have still risen to power. He still would have fallen from. I guess he would have. All that Anakin did was delay the inevitable. He delayed it a little bit. That's all he would have done, because Palpatine still survived, and it still would have taken Rey to defeat him, his granddaughter, I guess, which is weird. Why is it the Rise of Skywalker? Why is it a Palpatine? Why is it the Sith that destroy themselves? I guess in a way. It's just so silly. It doesn't make any sense. But this is the way the world works. This is the way in Disney and in Lucasfilm. So let me know your thoughts, guys, on this alleged leak. I hope it's not true, but I don't know. From everything we've seen and the way Lucasfilm seems to react to the fandom, I would not be shocked if this ends up being true. No Anakin, no Luke scene, resurrected Luke scene, or at least not the way that George wanted it to be. Because he always wanted to keep it around the rise and fall of Anakin Skywalker. That was the whole point of Star Wars, was the rise, fall, and redemption of Anakin Skywalker. And now it seems to just be Rey, the saga of Rey, the rise and rising higher of Rey, because she's not fallen at all and has no problems and no issues. All right, guys, let me know what you think of this in the comments below. I'm shocked. Well, I guess I shouldn't be, though, at this point. I guess I should just know what I'm getting with them, but somehow it still manages to shock me. How out of touch they are. I don't know. It's crazy. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you enjoyed, subscribe, share this with other people, friends, family that you think might feel the same way that we do on these movies and this saga. All right, guys, till next time, lock the doors and hope they don't have blasters.